Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Ecosystem Aces. I'm Chip Rodgers, Chief Partner Officer at WorkSpan, and really excited to be joined this morning by Ankur Sinha. Ankur, welcome.
Thank you so much, Chip. Thank you for the opportunity. It's really excited to be here. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, this is fantastic. Gosh, Ankur, I'm really excited to chat with you. You are with head of partner solutions and go to market for Domino Data Labs, and you're right in the middle of this AI ML revolution that's taking place, and love to hear a little bit more about that. And I think your background, you've had a background in with a lot of consulting firms with Slalom and Virtusa and Mindtree, and for many years, and so you bring that sort of that services experience to Domino Data Labs. So I'd love to hear a little bit about, why that is, why Domino's thought that you were a good match for this and all that. But why don't we start with Ankur? If you could just talk a little bit about what you and your team are up to at Domino, that'd be great.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. So Ankur Sinha, head of partner solutions at Domino Data Lab. I've been with Domino for it's going to be 3 years in March. And our focus as a team today is to build our partner ecosystem globally. The way Before I dive into what Domino partner ecosystem is all about, I just want to quickly talk about what Domino is as a platform.
That would be
Uh,
great.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So as you already mentioned initially, that Domino, I'm in thick and thin of this AI revolution and things that are going on from data science, machine learning, generative AI perspective. So Domino is an enterprise AI platform that unifies the data science teams, tools, and data in a cohesive experience to democratize AI with built-in governance guardrails that let IT de-risk AI, cost controls, and deliver more value. So what I mean by that is we are bringing together data science, machine learning as a community and IT as a community to deliver and help enterprises scale AI. And we are focused on the biggest of the biggest enterprises that we are working with. So that's where we are. We are really in the thick of it. We are really putting models to production on a daily basis. There are a lot of that happens. Uh, from a partner ecosystem perspective, we see we are a product company, and our focus really is to provide the best services to our customers, and that's where it started from, and that's the reason I was brought into the team to actually build our GSI SI ecosystem for us, and then create that because we are a technical platform. We do have a very good and amazing ecosystem of technical integrations and go to market with some of the hyperscalers as well as some of the big cloud data warehousing platforms. But to be able to create industry and vertical focused services offerings, I think that's where SIs, GSIs, and OEMs kind of becomes really, really important, and that's where my role becomes very, very important as well. And our team, that's what it's focused on. So that's what we are doing, and we are in that scaling mode even with our company and taking those amazing services to our customers and product to our offerings to our customers. So that's what we have been doing, and we are pretty excited about it. Yeah.
Really interesting. I love that. It's something that I think system integrators are known for, right? I mean, they always have very, deep expertise within the verticals and around specific use cases at customers, and so it makes a lot of sense to bring you in to help verticalize some of those capabilities at Domino.
Absolutely. I think some of the core thing is that even though I mean we as a platform are very, very horizontal, but we are very much trusted by our customers within most of the regulated industries. So if you think about life sciences, if you think about banking, financial services, insurance, and even within public sector within US, we are very heavily trusted there. We are used from if you have to think about use cases in life sciences, from clinical development to some of the more model management, to some of the core public sector use cases. We are there, and that's what kind of drives our partnership and our partnership strategy too. So whether if we have to think about technology and infrastructure or vertical and solution focus, our strategy is driven by that. Yeah.
Really interesting. And so, certainly you're working a lot with SI providers. You mentioned cloud providers as well. How about on the on the technology providers and system integrators? So bringing some of those capabilities to fit pieces together.
So we do have a very amazing a very amazing technology partnerships that we have. So definitely all the hyperscalers. So if you have to think about from a technology and infrastructure perspective, we do have partnership with someone in the likes of NVIDIA. So for example, we have one of the preferred partner, which is like we are the DGX ready MLOps partner for NVIDIA. Also, we do have a very deep partnership with AWS, for example. So basically, if you have to think about from a machine learning, we are one of the early adopters and creators of machine learning competency within AWS. So we have that kind of we have that kind of really strong partnership and really strategic partnerships with AWS, and
Mm,
that kind of serves a lot of different things for some of our really big customers with the life sciences and BFSI. We do provide some of these first party integrations and validations when we are talking about technology partners. If we have to think about data, and specifically because we are a data science machine learning platform, bringing in data from various different sources. So
mm,
whether if we have to think about Snowflake, we have to think about somebody like Palantir. We do have joint product value propositions with each one of those, and these are some of the great examples. And all of these are really being driven by what our customers are looking for, what we as a platform offer to our customers, which is an ecosystem to be able to build any sort of data science and machine learning and AI use cases underneath, so that they don't have to go out of the platform to do so. So that's what we are bringing together, and that's kind of driving a lot of our technology ecosystem partnerships too.
Well, I think you just answered one of my questions was going to be, how do you decide which partners to go after and start working with? And it sounds like naturally a lot of it's customer driven, and maybe we could explore that a little bit. Sort of where do those ideas come from? Where do those partnerships come from? Are they sort of truly from customers, or are you also looking at sort of market trends and saying, "Hey, I think this is an opportunity"? How do you think about that?
So it's an amazing question. So the way we are thinking about our partnerships really is first and foremost, over the period of 10 years that we have been around as a platform, what we have seen is that how our customers are really using our platform. Some of the core tenets of the platform is really giving that orchestration capability, whether you think about a data tool to be integrated with, or you think about infrastructure underneath. Because ultimately, when you're talking about AI, you're talking about a lot of GPU consumption, a lot of
Mm,
compute
yep.
that will be used. And that kind of drives our partnership strategy when we're talking about infrastructure partners. So that's where NVIDIA partnerships really become important to us. And similarly, if you think about storage, because ultimately you need faster storage to be able to serve some of these models and train these models as they're working. Whether we are thinking about some of the legacies, sort of like prediction models from prediction models to a Gen AI models. So you
Mm,
need storage underneath, and that's where our partnership with sort of NetApp comes into the picture. So I think we are looking at, to answer your question, we are looking at the market trends. We are looking at what our customers are working on and what are the different integration points that we can provide right natively within the platform, so that it can make the experience for our customers even more better. So I think those are the areas that we are focusing on and bringing those integrations into the platform from a product perspective too.
yeah, yeah, really
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
And on the services side, how are you connecting with those partners and building their capabilities? Do you have sort of enablement and certification to bring some of those partners and get people qualified on the platform and understanding how to put all these pieces together, and how is that going? How is that process going?
That's an amazing question too, because I think product integrations are great, but without being able to execute things on the platform, I think there isn't any value in it. So I think that's the other side of our partnership ecosystem, our partnership strategy, where we focus on all of our services partners, whether it's a boutique SI to a GSI. And our focus really is to go after talk to these GSI partners, talking about the core services that can be done on Domino, and kind of how a GSI and us kind of mutually help our customers to achieve their outcomes and achieve their vision. That's the part that kind of gets most of the people excited, because there is a lot of different kind of things that needs to be done on Domino as a platform itself, given the nature of the platform, because it's very, very ecosystem oriented. It's very, very technical in terms of where you're installing it, how you're setting it up, how you're enabling people on the platform. That requires for us to go out there and train our partners to be able to understand what Domino's vision is, what Domino's real value is in terms of the platform, and also how do you build on Domino. I think that's a really much more important thing that we need to make our partners understand. And these partners and these SI partners, because they bring a lot of these industry expertise, and that becomes a very good feedback loop for us to actually build some of the great capabilities into the platform. So for example, we are working with some of the boutique partners which are really very well placed in a life sciences use case space and life sciences expertise. Those kind of becomes a feedback loop for us to build some of the capabilities for our life sciences customer along with the customer. So we're talking to our customer, we are talking to these partners, and they are serving as a feedback loop into it. So I think to look at it, if anybody is out there creating a platform like this, I think partner becomes a very good feedback loop as well for actually evolving the product as part of that journey.
Yeah. Wow. Really interesting. So does that mean, and how do you think about in your role, working with because there's so much, sort of interaction with customers and with partners to bring that feedback in, how are you working with your product teams and how do they think about sort of their roadmap of things that they're going to build internally versus sort of the ecosystem roadmap of things that they'll plug partners in? How does that process work?
So one of the things that we like to bake into our overall strategy working with partners is is to give them access to our product teams as well, right? So basically, whenever we are releasing new features, there is a preview or there is an enablement session that we are going to be running with our partners, SI partners or technology partners, whatever that is, whosoever that is. We are going to do it with most of but majority we are focused on SI because there is a lot more execution and implementation driven work that SIs do. So they are really in the thick of it. They are really implementing the platform on a daily basis. So basically getting the features to them early and in a preview mode kind of becomes very, very important. Now, this creates that feedback loop and this cycle with our product teams. And that's where our product team is listening to them and taking notes of it. And now, to get to the point of how do we prioritize it? How do our product team, how do Domino's product team prioritize it?
Yeah.
The amazing part is that we are looking at the customer feedback and what is important for our customers that they're asking for, and then we are looking at the partner feedback as well, and then looking at the commonality in that, and looking at the common denominator which we need to put out into our releases, so that it achieves the overall purpose of doing these feedback loops.
It's exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting.
And things are moving so fast these days with AI that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think we have recently started doing very cool, very quick releases as well, because given we do have our cloud offering, we put releases very, very quickly into product within like 2 weeks or so. We are releasing new features into those offerings so that people can our partners, our customers, they get to play with these features very, very early. So sometimes we have an idea of a launch partner to work with. So for example, we have this feature on Domino called AI Hub, which is bringing together all of our different kind of project templates, which is technically, if you have to think about it in a very laymannish term, it's you have an app store and you have apps in it, and those templates are technically apps which are being contributed by our partner ecosystem, as well as it is coming from that. So those when we were releasing that, we reached out to all of our partners see that this is what we are doing, or is it something that you think will be of interest, or is it something that the customers are asking for from your side? So they give us that feedback, and then we build that offering. And now we have a lot more vertical solutions that are getting contributed to that AI hub as well.
Huh.
Yeah.
How do you keep it all straight?
No, so no, the best part is that this is the part that's where I love my job, because you get to talk to go talk to these amazing companies, amazing partners, SIs, technical, infrastructure, and vertical focus partners, and there's always these amazing ideas that you get to work on, and get to release and put in the hands of the customer and get that feedback loop, which is which keeps me always excited and energetic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you how do you guys think about the working with partners on going to market then? So you've worked with partners on either technology partners, data partners, cloud partners, services partners, bringing all these ideas, creating a solution. Maybe there's something that involves Domino, another technology partner, a data partner, and a services, like you sort of wrap this thing together and go to market together. How do you manage that process of going to market with partners, and then managing the sort of the co-sell process, managing where are the opportunities and leads, and bringing all of those sort of larger virtual account team on potential opportunities?
Yeah, so I think the idea for each one of these different kind of partnerships that we have today. So if we have to think about technology infrastructure, we call it ecosystem partnerships, because they are really enhancing Domino as an ecosystem, and vice versa. Because now, I mean, if you think about NVIDIA, they are hardware, and they do have certain application layer, but they do need a MLOps layer. So that's where we enhance, and we think about go to market in that sense. And so similarly. When we think about these different partnerships, we are really thinking about which are the areas what we are seeing in the market, what we are seeing with our existing customers, and what the need is. And that is kind of what is driving a lot of these go to market with our partners. So, for example, if we have to think about some of our services partners, what we see with them is the vertical focus and the vertical and expertise that they bring to the table. And in terms of the implementation and advisory services, what those are really, right? And with Domino, you require different kind of things. So if you think about services within Domino, it's not only just the technical implementation, but also thinking about establishing our AI COE, having a change management, change advisory around that front. So those are the kind of things that we focus on when we are putting together a go-to-market with a partner. And then absolutely, we currently have a partner in Europe which is contributing to our AI hub, which I just mentioned a few minutes ago. That is where they are focused on life sciences very, very heavily as a company themselves. So that's where our go-to-market with them was, this is the common customers. These are some of the new customers. Given our life sciences customers footprint, we can work together in these areas and solve some of these problems. So that is what kind of drives our go-to-market with our technology as well as vertical solution partners. And the way we are tracking a lot of this today is, yes, internally we use Salesforce, so it kind of gets tracks over there. But we are trying to improve that process as we go. But currently, it's working with them, finding out, having a very, very high touch with a lot of the sales cycle, talking to them, making sure that this particular opportunity works, and how we go-sell or go to new white space account with these partners as well.
Yeah, there's it just seems like a lot of opportunity, right? Because with again the speed of the changes in this market, and coming up with new solutions, I think it's having an ecosystem strategy is critical.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where I think we are not going, we as a company, we as an organization, from a partner strategy perspective, we are just not going after everything. We just want to focus on, we want to focus on things that are important for our customers, important for our partners, and will deliver the value for our customers. So that's what we are focused on. We just want to keep it like that, and then slowly scale it, because as we are becoming more and more successful in this, we want to clear a playbook out of this and make more of our partners successful, so that everybody is winning in this full ecosystem that way.
Yeah. How do you how do you think about as you're working with partners, like getting the incentives aligned and getting your partners to do the things that you're looking, that you want them to do?
So I think was one of the core things really is that we have standard partner models today. Reseller, reseller models, referral models, and
Mhm.
definitely if there is, we have different partner models where these partners kind of take our platform and they really create an OEM solutions on top of that. So there is that kind of offering with working with partners as well. So there are incentives aligned based on where these partners want to take us. And these again, all these specifically, if I talk about services partners more here in this context, it is going to be driven by what the customer is, what kind of roadmap the customer is looking at when they talk about data modernization, putting together a data stacks, data science stack, and where Domino can play a very, very critical role. So that's how these kind of conversations starts with us, and looking at not only the reselling model, but also what kind of services, in the sense of what kind of services starts flowing through to our services partners with implementing more of this. So that's the sort of excitement part about our partners, that they're seeing that value, and they want to be associated with us and work with us on that. Um, if to think about the other piece is that these are the three models that we are focused on right now, and that's what we are seeing, and that's the playbook that we have created for now.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, how how do you and I just as you're describing this, I'm just fascinated because I can see that there are so many different players that are going to play, they're going to be a part of any really opportunity in any deal that you're working on, because you're going to have all those different kinds of pieces together. How do you orchestrate all of that? How do you what is the process like as you're working with a lot of different partners to sell together and then also deliver?
Mm. That's an amazing question, because that's something that happens more so often as you start to scale, right? So basically, I think selling is we have a very, very high touch engagement with our partners. So the core idea is,
Mm,
yes, enablement is important. Creating that resource pool who can implement Domino and work with Domino is very, very important. However, also understanding is the partner that we are going to be working with, and on the partner working together, are we going to serve the problem and solve the problem for the customer that they're looking for? And are we very well uh, uh, are we very well aligned with solving that problem together?
yeah.
So I think that's what kind of drives the conversation. And when we get into a coastal motion, we have a very high touch with our sales team, talking to our partner sales team and talking about different opportunities. And one thing that we are doing is, with each one of these partners, we have a very, very sharp vertical focus. So if, let's say, we are working with a partner who is focused on some of the BFSI customers, we don't go for 20 accounts. We just pick 4 to 5 core accounts that we should work with,
Mm,
and create a successful playbook, because rinse and
mhm,
repeat exercise is very, very easy, given because our platform is very, very sticky in nature. So once customers goes for Domino, they really start trusting in what Domino has to offer, and it starts to grow very easily. But I think one of the things that with these partners that we are trying to do is, don't want to get bogged down by the noise. We just start focusing on some of the core things that we offer from the platform, where the opportunities are today and what the partner is seeing, and then start thinking about co-selling or getting into the white space, or we bringing them into some of the customers. So that's something. Those are the three areas that we are focused on when we talk about selling with partners. And when it comes to really delivering with partners, it is
yeah.
really about, there are engagements where we are working with more than one partner. So there is a partner that really depends on the capabilities that each one of these partners bring to the table.
Mhm,
All right. So
mhm,
there is a partner that is very well equipped with handling the infrastructure side of the things, because Domino requires very, very intensive infrastructure to be managed, such as CPUs and GPUs. So they have that. And there is a partner, if we talk about vertical focus, so they do have life sciences capability. They understand the life sciences ecosystem and use cases very well, and they understand Domino as a platform really well, so they can build on it. And then we, Domino, as a product, we come as a product platform experts to help our customers. So there's a trifecta of this is kind of providing everything to our customers what they can look for when they kind of buy Domino and build on Domino.
Yeah. I love it. Love it. How do you what's to come? What's the future of partnerships and partnering with Domino?
I mean, I think this is something that I'm thinking about, and this is totally personal. But my focus really is that we want to get to a stage where our partners are doing the sales for us, and we are just entering there as an advisor to help them and enable them, and they are running that for us, or also telling us more and more about how to improve the product, so that we can become as low touch, and they just run independently with a lot of this and help us making even the product even more better and better. The product is amazing today, but there are so much that can be done given the way the space is evolving. We can do that. So basically that's what my hope is. Make our partners enabled enough so that they don't need me to do a lot of things for them, like enablement or going out and telling them how to sell Domino. They should be able to understand that once they understood it, they are going to go after that and sell that. I think that's the focus that we are working with them and create a branding for Domino plus the partners together, right? So that everybody wins.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah. So creating this a brand around these solution capabilities that are coming within specific verticals.
Absolutely. Yep. Because that's where we have started to win more and more. That's where we have been trusted more and more. Because yes, AI has been in experimentation mode a lot, but time to market, taking things to production, do it very, very responsibly is very, very important. That's what Domino does really well. And being able to provide more and more offerings on top with such an amazing partner ecosystem that we have will help our customers to adopt Domino in a much better way and use it in a much better way as well.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
Well, Ankur, this has been fantastic. I'd love to maybe one last question. Love to hear your thoughts because you've been in the partner world for a number of years and with a number of different companies and sort of roles. What are any advice that you would have for other partner leaders that from the things that you've learned that have helped you be successful?
Absolutely. I think one of the things that I have learned over the course of this 7 to 8 years, I would say, is I think focus is the key to really unlock that value for partnerships as well as for the customers. Understanding what you are as a platform or services, and how can you help your customers, and then focusing on that one area and then expanding on that would be very, very important, because there is so much out there in the market today that you can get lost into the noise. So picking up one thing that you want to focus on and then build on top of that is going to be really, really important. That's what we are seeing the results of today. We have started working on creating this partnership ecosystem almost 3.5 to 4 years ago, and now we are seeing the fruit, benefits of it slowly and growing in a very amazing way, because we are partnering with some of the biggest names today in the industry, whether we talk about GSIs or whether we talk about tech or infrastructure. So basically, so that's what I would say. I think focus is the key to be able to get successful. Understanding your platform, understanding your services, focus on the area that is your strength, and then grow from there.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
I love that. Focus. So focus and then build, right? Focus, start with a focus area, and then as it starts to take off, then expand into other areas and build from there.
Absolutely.
Great advice. Well, Ankur, thank you for taking some time today and sharing your thoughts. You guys are doing some amazing things at Domino, and good luck expanding and building on the ecosystem, and you're in a hot space. So anybody that wants to partner with Domino, how should they get in touch with you?
Get to us at domino.ai/partners, and you can reach out to us directly. So we do have an email as well, partners@dominodatalab.com. So you can reach out to us directly from there too. So yeah, excited. Thank you for having me on this today, Chip. It was really amazing talking to you. This was my first one and I was thinking that I was not I'm gonna fumble
Broke
a
the
little bit,
ice.
but no, it was amazing. Just the conversation was so great and exciting to talk about this stuff that I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
It's fantastic. Great. Thank you, Ankur. And I think I'll just say thank you all for joining us for another episode of Ecosystem Aces, and we'll see you next time. Ankur, thank you, and thanks everybody.
Thank you.